and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 in this Bavarian campaign. I can't exactly remember what happened last time, but I know what I've been doing since, and that is trying to maneuver myself into a position which I can conquer some territory, because we're kind of strapped for cash right now. Income next turn, 22! That's hardly enough to buy an ice cream. Although I do think we probably imagine this fat bastard is having quite a few. Right, so yet again, the capital is beset by an Austrian full stack. And, you know, I was going to send a troop out here to guard this. I was going to send a troop out here to guard this. But, yeah, no. We're going to have to cover this. So, I'm moving all my troops back. However, as you note, the general is not here, and that is because I have actually been able to maneuver. I have been able to maneuver myself so that we are now laying siege to Venice. It's a full stack that holds Venice, so it's going to be one hell of a fight. It's one of those where we keep going on and almost failing all the time here. But so far, just because of the fort, I have really been able to keep the Austrian full stacks at bay. There's no way in hell I could take these guys on the field of battle. However, this is probably the smallest force I've actually had to defend the town with. So it's going to be interesting to see if I actually do it. They have a lot more cannons, a lot more cavalry. That's not going to help them, but there we have it, hopefully. Also, yes, did we see that Prussia declared war on me last time? They did, anyways. They have, right now. And they took Dresden and so forth. Luckily for me, the French moved in and took this from the Prussians before they could try and attack my area, which I control right here, which I definitely don't want to lose. It's a bit of a shame, because I kind of wanted this territory, but at least the French are here in full force now, as we can see, all along the border. And hopefully they'll help us out quite a bit now, or at least go on, tie up the Austrians a little bit, because you can see all these full stack or half stacks moving forwards in this area, so that's kind of good. Oh yeah, one thing. I don't know if it was this army, or if maybe it was this. I noticed, as I was maneuvering, that one of the Austrian armies carried that huge battery with, I think it's 12 or 10 cannons in. That, like, master battery. So that could be a problem. That could definitely be a problem. But with that said, let's go ahead and try to claim this area. So they have tons of artillery. Which could be difficult to get at because I have no cavalry to swipe them out. However, their infantry is quite weak. It's not that many actual proper units. A lot of it's a garrison stuff. They do have cavalry, which is going to be difficult, but since we're actually fighting at the town, I'm hoping we'll have a town to maneuver through, and that can kind of save us. It's going to be a problem with the howitzers, of course, being able to shell us quite relentlessly. But with that said, let's see if this Bavarian Master General can go ahead and claim victory in Venice. Right, so there's nothing much for it. We've got the town in between us. I've put most of the army right here, but I've put all the light units here, because they, I believe, actually move faster, so they will do a wide turn and come at the enemy from the side. No fancy brigade stuff here, we're just gonna push everything forward, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start this. And, yeah, looks like the enemy is being quite silly. And has kinda put all their cannons into one place. which is definitely not going to go too well for them. Right now, the enemy cannot see us. As we can see, most of my units, except for the general, is hidden from their view, which is good. So that will spare us from some of the cannon fire. Some of it, as the general is the one that is visible. They've started to shell him. And I don't want to lose my master general. So off he goes. Before he gets blown into bits. I did see one infantry unit moving around somewhere here. And as we see, they've shot down some of their own cannons and stuff. They're moving the dragoons, their heavy cavalry. Or maybe the medium cavalry if you want. Over to the right where all my light infantry comes in. The light infantry though, they can form squares. It's not that super big of a deal. Right, there's quite a lot of enemies right here, so I think we'll try not to advance further. The problem with placing the Jaegers in front of the normal infantry is that you still have that kind of shotgun spread in this from Napoleon Total War 3. If you kind of understand what I mean. You still have that kind of spread. So if you place the light infantry in front of your normal line infantry, they will team kill, they will shoot each other. There's no question about that. I don't know how I'm gonna maneuver you guys into positions. Kinda like that. And then the light infantry, they're still actually hidden, or some of them are at least. I'm gonna turn out a little bit and we're gonna see about coming from an even better angle. I'm wondering if there is a point to trying to take the house. You know what? Just because it's gonna look cool to control the house, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have some street fighting. Got a single pioneer unit. So I think if we have these guys continuing forwards, and this one will be the one to sort of cover the street up here. As soon as I take control of the house, they start to oh shit. You guys gonna have to move back. And I think you're gonna have to make a new line like so. Got loads of fire here. We're breaking these guys. The Grensers we need to worry about. We control the town hall. I don't know if we're gonna try to shoot down the Grensers. At this point it's kind of too late to actually reroute them for a charge. Why has these guys lost so many troops? Or why have they such poor morale? They've lost over 40 men somehow. It's only militia and shit fighting, shooting at them. Okay, you will retire a bit because you've lost tons of men. We are punishing the Grensers and the Austrians right here. We really set up a killing zone. It could be that the pioneers are so good. Boom! Even with that volley, the bloody pioneers still hold on. Right, into line and you'll advance towards the enemy. I almost forgot about the light infantry. Form into line and advance upon the enemy's cannon position. My main line is holding right now. It's not a really good angle, so the light infantry needs to move up. What's that? Grenzer conscripts. Oh, the pioneers! The bloody pioneers! The bloody pioneer. We'll get them around the corner then. And this unit will quickly move to deal with the garrison troop. If I put my men here, maybe these idiots will move around, try to move around. And that is when I charge them. And at the same time I want these guys to move up along the street and start shooting these guys. Oh, we're taking a bit of fire. Move away. Okay, so clearly these guys have some sick accuracy. They can't shoot in between the houses, can they? So we should be safe there. Or safe enough for them to come really close. Close to the point where we could a lot more easily charge them down. In which case, superior numbers and the momentum of the charge should be enough to kill them off, hopefully. Otherwise, if this unit routs, that would leave this one kind of alone. Okay, these guys are falling back. House taking some damage, but not too bad as of yet. I can't believe that we're having such big trouble with that little pioneer unit. Oh shit. Hurry into the house quickly.
Our men are running, sir.
Ah yeah, the pioneers got us. But the pioneers broke right afterwards. And the light infantry has advanced to this point that they are able to start attacking. We're gonna take these three in the forest, these three across the hill. My troops have set up within the house. I want everyone inside though, firing out. The enemy cavalry, not too sure where they're supposed to go. This unit is the one that can't form square. But I'm pretty sure we'll hold back the two cavalry units. And I can start to attack their cannons. Right, if you could turn up a little bit, you get a sweet angle on these guys. And then we can push because there's not a lot left here. It's a massive amount of cavalry and shit just fighting over here. The light infantry squares, I'm pretty sure they will hold, and we got support fire here from the flank. Move forward and break the enemy. Right. Light infantry to the front. Forward. Break the enemy troops in the street once and for all. I was about to call the charge. You know what? We'll still call the charge. We'll make sure that this militia unit doesn't come back. Shit. Let's not get entangled there with the stupid bloody pioneer unit. These two units will march towards the house to support them. It looks as though the Grenzers tried to charge in, but that didn't really work out for them. The light infantry has successfully sent away the enemy cavalry, and now we can start to break down their supercharged cannon position, which, well, now it's just a pile of rubble because they only have 2 cannons left. The other cannons shot each other to pieces. Do I have room? According to this, it's at full capacity, but I don't see anyone at the front wall, which makes me a little bit disappointed. That's all that's coming up there is cannon crews. What I'll do is I'll do like that. And have these 2 units stationed like that. I should hopefully hold these guys off for a bit. We still hold this. Wanna watch out for that mine. But I want these guys to move forward. And then these to move forward. And then if we can angle this a little bit. Ooh, I just... Shit. I just noticed that this unit moved on both sides of the house. Kinda disappointed that the house didn't collapse. What they oh, they're shooting at one unit over here. Didn't notice I had one over there. You know what? Charge the bloody garrison. And they stand there dumbfounded. How did the I was about to say the Austrians. How did the Bavarians turn up in our rear? The first unit broke, but the second one will fulfill its duty and break these guys down. And with that means that it basically opens up for my entire army to move forwards at this point. We will re-establish the light infantry to march across there, deal with those guys. These 2 lines are doing their work. Bloody cannon crew moving forward here. And they rout just as they're about to reach the line. However, I think it's because this unit wasn't actually firing at these guys. They were firing at these, so they weren't really aiming for those other ones. Bloody Pioneer Company. Got a unit though that can come up real close. Like, drop the square. And then I want the line right there. Quick as you can, please. Damn, we just slaughtered so many Austrians right here. Outside the town hall. Oh, they're charging, or? Return fire, damn you! And then the silly pioneers are coming up in the flank. Sort of rake the line. I'm hoping this one gives way before that. There's no way I can allow them to rake the line with the superior accuracy that they have. They kind of got my men in a choke point there, though. Right. Move into line right there. Oh, there's another bloody unit coming up my air. Is this the last one? This is the last one. I want you guys to advance, and then this one should defeat this one, and we should be gold. Right. And this unit, come over to this side, and fire. Hurry, if you please. So this looks like it's going to be quite the slugfest, given the fact that the enemy morale is quite stable, or the same as ours. Actually better than ours. You know what? You will come out of the town hall and aid this unit. And it looks like we sent those guys away. I'm hoping these guys should be able to inflict quite a bit on these. the Jaegers should have quite high accuracy. They're moving towards the town hall. And they broke. The accurate fire of my Jaeger company broke them. And Bavaria has won and taken Venice. Hurrah! Very good. Right, with that, let's go back to the campaign map then. Here we have the result. We lost a quarter of our army, 1,000 men, while the enemy lost everything. Where we killed most of it. Bavarian Grenadiers! During no part of this battle did I actually see that I was commanding the Bavarian Grenadiers to any specific location. But they were the ones that killed the most. I'll have to watch that in replay. Or just watch this. Or watch... You know what I mean. Since I recorded this. Right. Who of my men lost the most? Doesn't really tell me anything. But boom! If I looted this place, I would get 14,000 gold. I'm only 2 angry. That's a lot of money given that I... You know what? We're gonna loot this place. The settlement was looted. How much is it gonna cost to repair everything? About 3,000, so it's not that bad. And then I do have enough to actually build a star fort here. So not only will I gain like a massive, great big income from this, taking this. This, we're gonna have to push that boat out of there. And we're gonna have to replace that and make that a, I can't, general then. The general alone went up and said, get that frick out of here. I'm gonna have to make this into a trading port to increase the amount of trade routes I can have. Only cost me 400. And maybe it already opens up trade up. Nope, it doesn't. So we're gonna have to switch that off to a trade route. And that's gonna increase money even more. And with the remaining money, we could invest that in building this place up. And we could also invest that in possibly building this depot up. Because we would need that to replenish the troops in this region really quickly. However, since this province is about to come under attack, we're not going to do that just yet. One other thing that could be needed though is roads. Not so much up here, but in between here I think is where we're gonna have to move very fast, because I'm gonna be very hesitant to send my general forward into sort of towards Croatia and the open plains of Hungary. I would probably see a goal closer to Prague, Bohemia, but that gets us really close to the Prussians. I need a spy so I can see what comes ahead and then possibly go directly for Vienna. Maybe at this point I could get a temporary peace with Austria. What do you say, Austria? No. They would not like that. How much money do I make now? 63! Damn. But we need to... once we built this back up, I think we're gonna make more. And we get a good cannon foundry. But possibly I can't recruit troops here anyways. So it might be better to switch that out for something else. But it could very well be good to build roads. And then I have 4,000 left. I'm thinking this defense right here since I don't want this to be like a constant of me just defending the same area over and over and over again, because I had a similar thing happen to me in way back when I played a Warhammer mod for Medieval 2 I played as the Chaos Dwarfs, and I had this place that was probably besieged back and forth by the orcs for at least 50 turns, maybe even more, probably more. And I mean, it got to the point where it's like, it was so annoying that I wish that I kind of, you know, started trying to calculate, oh, am I gonna give up this fort? But I really didn't want to, because just because if I had given that up, the orcs would have focused on something else. And you know, since I kind of had a strategy to keep the fort under lock and close. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna hope that we're gonna be able to change this around. And yeah, I wonder if do we get minus points with people for sacking a city? Alliance was not honored. The thing about this, when it says alliance not honored, I'm pretty sure that I did not honor my alliance with Prussia, but instead that I sided with France in that war, which is kind of strange that France would not like me for not honoring my alliance there. Oh, it's kind of interesting here. It's sort of like, you know, if you imagine the Cold War split down middle of Europe and I'm in the middle. I mean, there's quite a few nations that kind of like me, but it looks like there's a lot that don't like me. But you have to imagine that most of this is Prussia, Austria, and Russia. All of it, basically. And then we got Sweden and England. Denmark, for some reason, they're not too happy because I didn't honor my alliance, right? With that said, I would think we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna do this fight, if there is a fight here, off camera, and then for the next one we'll see what I'll do. I'm not entirely sure where to go next. Gonna have to try and make scouting parties and raids towards these areas to see kind of where I need to go, and also I kind of want to stabilize the economy to a certain point and see if I cannot recruit to the point where I have two armies. I have one up in Bavaria and I have one down here, and then we can make some more moves. So we'll see about that. But with that said, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.